I shouldn't have made the movie. I didn't need the money. Too many films are made as a paycheck, a means to pay the rent. But the rent, in most of these cases, is actually the construction costs on a new pool. But I could live comfortably off the residuals from my first film for the rest of my life. I get script submissions daily. Not as many as I used to, or as high of quality. I guess that's what happens when your first film is a critical and commercial success. I went from filming nights and weekends to sitting next to Anne Hathaway at the Oscars. She's a sweet woman, faint scent of lavender. My later films haven't achieved the same acclaim. There's still a decent audience, but my name gets mentioned less and less. I went from groundbreaking artist and toast of the town to a barely mentioned byline. So when the package arrived on my doorway, it piqued my curiosity. I didn't even know it was a script. Usually they're thick, 90 to 120 pages. You can tell immediately what you're holding. This one was thin and arrived late in the evening. I took Millie, my Shih Tzu, out to do her business before bed. I still say our, although it's been 2 years since Jen passed. Bone cancer. Although I am thankful she didn't linger in pain, I still ache for her. Climbing into bed alone is always the worst. So even though it was 2 a.m., I was up with Millie. She finished and we walked back to the house. At the front door, she started whimpering and sniffing at something. Then I saw it, tucked behind one of the planters. Not hidden, but not easily found either. The envelope was nondescript, not even labeled. This struck me as odd, but it was late and I was tired. When we went upstairs, I set it on the nightstand, brushed my teeth, washed my face, stared into the mirror, barely recognizing my own reflection. Sitting in bed, I reached over to turn off the lamps and knocked it onto the floor. Picking it up, before I even knew it, I had opened it. A short script, maybe 10 pages in total, fell out. This piqued my curiosity because no one sends out short film scripts. No one. There's no money in shorts, no business. I decided to read the first page. It was like nothing I had ever read. No characters, no action, just images. Yet it drew me in. I felt something within me stir to life, a long, dormant hunger, a creative impulse, something I hadn't felt since writing my first film. I saw each scene in my head. It was vivid, like a waking dream, somehow even more real than reality. My dreams that night were feverish, the whole film playing over and over on repeat, growing in intensity. When I woke next morning, it was even more intense. I had work to do, but all I could think of was the film. Every time I tried to refocus, it would fill my consciousness,